Hello, YouTube. Scott Clear. I want to introduce myself, put it in the record, about my spiritual, psychic adventure. I grew up in a dairy farm family, and after high school, I went into the military, the Air Force, and I really enjoyed it. I only did 4 years, so I should have stayed. You know, being like 38, 40 years old and getting retirement money and opportunities afterwards, it would have been a good thing, but I chose a different path. So now to get married, you know, have a few kids, and the weird thing is I always was interested in spirits, ghosts, how you connect with spirit. And, you know, I get a bunch of mailers, I read stuff, but you can always kind of tell with your own intuition, your gut feeling about how you are as a person. You know, some people are just like, there's no death. There's nothing after death. Well, my father was one of them until I helped him share about different things. But my old man was like, nothing happens after death. You just die. You know, you're 6 feet under, you're dead. That's it. Well, that's not the case. The soul lives on. So anyway, so I do my thing for 10 years, and things go downhill, and end up getting divorced. So, divorce with kids is obviously a very emotional, tough time. And beginning to think I didn't fight enough during the separation process. You know, I wanted my family back, but things weren't going the way it was. There was always a reason. The ex-wife and I couldn't try again. So for some reason, I was through email or whatever, or random, I came upon a website called Keen.com, and you can call and pick your advisor, and you know, call for $33 a minute, $20 a minute, whoever you want to talk to. You know, get some psychic, spiritual advice. And I became a little obsessed, and because I wanted that information, I wanted to know what's going on. What's going on? Am I getting back together with my wife? You know, are we getting divorced? You know, on for a few months or whatever. And one other thing I'll say is that Spirit gives you answers for your greater good. So let's say, you know, when I was asking this advice from other advisors, they would say, yes, she's coming back. You know, give a few details here and there, You know, this is what you need to do, or whatever. And it kept going on like that. So it was giving me hope, right? And there'd be signs here and there, but nothing conclusive. So that may be 4 months later. Wanted to get some more advice. Someone I've never talked to before. So I'm browsing that site. Come up on a guy, you know, says he's a medium, and So I click on him, as they're reading, you know, kind of goes through the same stuff. You know, this is what my wife's doing. You know, this is what I'm doing, you know, but became more comfortable by then, by the whole situation. So I kind of wanted to know. He was the first one that ever said, yes, you're getting divorced. I'm like, wow, you're the first. That would be pretty amazing if you were correct. Well, he was correct. But that also put me in a place, well, I guess it was just prior. It put me in a place of depression for a while. I was so worried and stressed with money and what's going to happen with the divorce outcome, So I got to the depressional point and I had an awakening. All of a sudden I wake up one day and I'm seeing this vision in my head. Why am I seeing a picture of this woman? And then I come to find out it's my great aunt. So I'm seeing this picture in my head, and then I started knowing things. I didn't have a clue. It's just what's going on with me? So I started asking questions, how to do that psychic thing, friends I've got known, and I stopped using that site. Just kind of did a barter system with a few friends that I connected with, got the numbers, you read for me, I'll read for you, da 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 da. And it's quite a journey because that your grandmother that passed away is there with you. You get clues, you get hints, you get a little dream here and there. You will smell, you'll hear. My grandmother was in the church. Every once in a while I'd hear chorus music from the church. You just know. And also as far as passing on goes, it's a beautiful thing. It's greater than anything you could even imagine, being on this cherished life you have. So, I'll give you an example. When my grandfather passed away, I seen it happen in real time. It was somewhat of a dream. It was in the middle of the night. It was a dream. But I got woken up by a phone call, 4:30, 5 in the morning, whatever. My sister said Grandpa passed away. Kind of I know, I seen it happen. So I explained my dream, wrote it down. It was tidbits. But I seen my grandfather walking from his house down the street, and I was going to go up and meet him, chat with him, right? He just kind of turned, smiled, and kept walking. I'm like, Grandpa, what's up, Kept walking, and I turned around and looked, and here's at another house down the street, there's this big rays of light around this house, and it kind of looked like a party going on. There's a whole bunch of people there. And I'm like, what's going on, So, and then one of the people that I seen came out from the crowd, and there was my grandmother that passed away a long time ago. Before this, and everyone there is smiling and happy and cheering and open arms. And my grandpa walks up to this group and gives his wife, my grandmother, a huge hug and kiss, and then they turn around and look at me. And all they do is smile and a wave. And then all of a sudden I see this beam of light come from the heavens, the sky. And it was beautiful. Everything was beautiful. I mean, everything around this house was beautiful. And all of a sudden, you know, all these spirits, you know, all this went like going up to heaven. And it was, I thought it was really neat. You know, just craziness. But anyway, you just get tidbits that you know your death is not the end. And that you feel so good about everything. So anyway, after I figured out what's going on, I would use, you know, it was tough to come out at first. So this is probably like 2004, 2003. So for the next 10 years after that, I slowly came out, you know, kind of knew what friends would accept, and it was kind of crazy coming out, you know, but all of a sudden I'm reading people, you know, and telling them the truth, knowing what's going to happen next at times. And, you know, people ask about people who pass, you know, you just know things. And it's kind of like an imprint. So you're asked a question from a friend or a random person, and it's like you get an imprint in your mind. It isn't like you're hearing things or you're turning psycho, you know. It's like a memory is put in your mind for that person. So, you know, if someone asks, who am I going to meet? You know, what person am I going to meet? And all of a sudden, a memory will be put in there, or a picture of a person. Can you describe it to a T? No. But you can see, oh, this person's got black hair, you know, blue eyes, you know, slim figure, you know, 180 pounds kind of thing, you know, kind of athletic, you know. So you can give tidbits. You know, maybe even do a drawing, but I'm not that good at drawing. So you can just kind of, that's how it kind of works, you know. And so that, you know, you just get a picture in your mind, or you're being shown in your mind from your guides and angels. You know, some can even be passed on loved ones. Some people have guides that are grandmothers, you know, like, I think a lot of times it's about passed on generational gifts, you know. My grandmother was psychic, you know. The great-grandmother was psychic, you know, it kind of like generational. Even though no one in my family has ever come out and said, yeah, I can talk with the angels kind of thing that I know of, but what I felt and heard is that there have been mostly women, and actually, like, just kind of heard all women in the family and the history are psychic. They have that gift. So I'm going to take a quick break here from driving. Anyway, they have that gift. So, where am I at? They, you know, it's passed on. And I guess it's kind of an imprint of, it's kind of an imprint passed on, maybe. I'm not really channeling or anything right now. I'm just kind of telling my story. So, I smoke, so. Anyway. So, we, go on from there. So then I try to prove it to my father, who I said before is like anti-life after death. And I did it in numerous ways. We'd be on the farm and we'd pick, you know, trying to repair a piece of equipment. And he's like, I can't figure out what's wrong, And I kind of go, oh, you want me to tell you without even looking? He's like, oh, how the hell can you do that? I just thought about it, and I go, third paddle down is bent. We need to take that out and bend it properly or replace it. He's like, shit, I don't believe you. So we checked it out. That's what it was. So I just did a lot of, here, I'll prove it to you kind of stuff. And he started to believe. But what he really believed was when he was heading to the boat to go gambling. And he was taking off, and I kind of thought in my head, okay, give me something to prove it, like give the old man a victory, a gambling victory, whatever. All of a sudden I got black tie. I'm like, wow, okay. So I called him up quick and I go, what's your plans when you go to the boat? Oh, probably do some blackjack, maybe some poker, whatever. Try a few slots. I go, black tie. What do you mean black tie? If you see a $5 slot machine, black tie, put like $20 in it. All right, I'll do it. Guess what happens the next day when we're milking cows? He won 10 grand. Proof. I tried one other time for him, but I guess it was a one-time gift. It didn't really work the next time I did it, so it's kind of backed off, but he started believing a little bit more. And so anyway, it's proof like that. And you can't really use your gifts for yourself too much, especially if it's for personal gain. It's not what it's for. It's not what it's about. It's about receiving gifts for others. But you can use it for your personal. It's like your own instinct, your own personal mojo. So for farming and stuff, like we're filling a harvester full of feed and it's 80 feet high, and you gotta climb it, you get tired, and it's a pain in the butt, right? So I'll be filling silo or whatever, harvesters, and I just kind of asked. I knew it was getting full, and I just kind of asked, how many more loads can I put in before it plugs up, gets full? I'd get a number. Say like 3.5. I put in 3.5, quit, right? Climb up there, right to the brim. 5 more minutes, it would have been plugged up. I had to sweep it all off. And so that's a lot of little things like that. I tried to use it for myself to fix vehicles. For some reason, my guides are just not. I'm mechanically inclined. My guides are not mechanically inclined. They would not get it right. Kind of get an area, let's say an injector's bad or something, and I kind of get an area of what's wrong, but I still have to diagnose it like a normal mechanic. It just, certain things, but it's still pretty cool. So I proved it with my sister and other people, and one friend asked me, me and my husband, we have one kid. We're talking about getting pregnant again, and it hasn't happened, and are we going to have a second child, So it's like, thought to myself, and I go, oh, let me scan you both, but her husband wasn't there. I just kind of look at her and just put my hand up and down like, okay, I'm going to do a visual scan. Yeah, you're good to go. So, okay, let me think of your husband. I knew the guy a little bit, but I knew what he looked like. Closed my eyes and visualized him, and I'm like, So I get this feeling right here in my chest. It's like when you get to an area, with the brain, all the way down to the feet, and I went right to his manhood. And I'm just like, something's wrong there. He has ED, doesn't he? And she's like, how the hell did you know that? That's what I'm getting, he's got something ain't right down there. So she explains a little bit, and I gave it a little diagnosis, and if you want to have another kid, this is what you need to do, just kind of like, this is what I'm feeling. And well, they ended up getting divorced everywhere, but it just kind of proved things like that, and it's an amazing thing, it really is. So I gained more knowledge. I ended up dating a girl, and I didn't really know, but here to come to find out, she's a psychic medium. So that only lasted like 10 months, but it gave me a lot of knowledge and perception of more things that are out there. So, like when you're reading people and giving messages, a lot of it is your life experience. So you have somewhere to go with it, right? I gambled a little bit. Didn't go so well. So if someone comes up to me and, says, should I bet on the ponies, I'll first think about what they should do, or totally not or whatever, but I will personally know gambling's horrible and it can ruin your life. You might get a little gift, per se with my dad, all right, throw $10 in Wheel of Fortune and you'll get a couple $100. That's it. It ain't worth it. So a lot of it is experience, because you have that knowledge already. Because when you're asking and people get answers, or you want to get answers for someone, it's bits and pieces, chunks, a word here, Some people can hear names, I got like, you hear a D name, or you might hear a name, but it's rare. It's just bits and pieces, unless you know. So it's, I don't know. It's really it really is a great journey to find your own spirituality. Not everyone will have it. All right, let's just ask here right now. How many people in this world are actually psychic and that can get it? I get under 1% of the population. But that is growing. There's a whole new consciousness, I think, coming to people. More compassionate people for a better planet. More and more kids are coming in, more spiritually aware, more loving, So the onward to the journey. So then all of a sudden I wake up one day, like, I think it was like 2013 or something. I'm like, it felt different. I didn't know anything anymore. It was like gone. I don't understand why. Maybe my journey was just to take a break. So when I was on as a normal person, not knowing anything anymore. But the journey is coming back again. Really weird. I think the journey of knowing is coming back. Not hard, but like an involvement, because I have a mission. There's a greater mission in this life than driving a truck. But it came back again, and I think I was drawn to find YouTube, right? And then I found there was tarot readers and other psychics or, whatever, online doing this. And, I hated our president. And then I started watching some of them and joining in the comments, and And this awareness of hearing what others people are saying, and it woke up again. And I'm giving comments and answers and intuition, and things have come to pass, and it's like, wow, I'm back. So now I got to figure out why back. So here I am, basically doing my first video of explanation. And we'll see where it goes. I'll try to do some videos, some predictions. I like my intuition more than anything. I've been playing around with cards, runes, but we'll see where that goes. And that's where I am right now. So whoever watches this, thanks. Maybe I'll get a few subscribers. I don't really care about the monetary thing. Just gonna do it to do it. Put myself out there. So, let's see how gray I am. 51 young. Why this late? Who knows? Had another mission, I guess. So, but anyway, thanks you if you watch this. Be cool to all people. Respect my neighbor, even if they piss you off. Stay away from people that annoy you. Just walk away. Let it be. Put yourself amongst friends and family that you care about, like minds. It'll make you a happier person. And that's all it's all about. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Because you only have one body in this life. And it sucks to walk around mopey and walk around sad and disappointed, and you do the best you can. Peace, and till the next time.